You pick up your phone to check one thing. 2 minutes, maybe 5. Then you look up and somehow half an hour is gone. You don't even remember what you saw. Just fragments. A dog doing something funny. A stranger dancing. Someone talking about a topic you didn't care about yesterday, but now feel weirdly invested in. You don't feel rested. You don't feel inspired. You feel scattered. It seems harmless. Everyone scrolls. It's what we do while waiting in line, lying in bed, during meals, during breaks, sometimes even while walking. It fills the silence. Distracts us from discomfort. Keeps us in the loop. But what if scrolling isn't as harmless as it feels? What if it's doing something subtle but serious to your brain? Something that doesn't show up in the moment, but builds up over time. Modern social media isn't just entertainment. It's stimulation, intense, rapid, and constant. Each swipe offers a new surprise, a new face, a new sound, a new idea, a new feeling. Your brain doesn't treat that casually. It treats it like survival data. Like something important. Something that requires attention. With every scroll, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine, the chemical linked to reward and motivation. It's the same chemical triggered by eating, laughing, even falling in love. But here's the catch. Your brain isn't designed to handle constant dopamine hits every few seconds. And that's exactly what scrolling gives you. When this happens over and over, the brain adapts. It starts expecting novelty fast. It becomes restless when things slow down. Deep focus begins to feel boring. Books become harder to read. Real conversations feel too slow. Even rest doesn't feel restful, because your brain has been trained to chase stimulation, not stillness. But the cost goes deeper. Studies show that excessive use of social media can reduce grey matter in the parts of the brain related to decision-making, emotional regulation, and impulse control. It affects how we process information, how we relate to others, and how we relate to ourselves. It can fuel anxiety, fragment our attention, disrupt sleep, and perhaps most dangerously, it can shape how we define meaning and success. The algorithm doesn't reward balance. It rewards extremes. The loudest, angriest, flashiest content gets pushed forward. And without realizing it, our inner world starts to reflect the noise. We become more reactive, more insecure, more easily distracted. Not because we're weak, but because we're being rewired. And here's the hardest part to admit. We often scroll to escape something. Silence. Boredom. Pain. Stillness. But these aren't enemies. They're signals. They're where the truth hides. They're where real creativity and healing begin. But we rarely get there, because scrolling interrupts the journey. But the brain is not broken. It's just confused. You can teach it to slow down. to recover, to remember what focus feels like. And you don't have to delete every app or go live in the woods. You just need to give your mind moments without input, to protect space that isn't filled by strangers' voices, flashing headlines, or curated perfection. You need boredom. Not the kind that feels empty, the kind that feels open. Because real thinking doesn't happen in motion. It happens in stillness. Real connection doesn't happen while multitasking. It happens when you look someone in the eye and truly listen. And real presence, the kind that makes life feel real again, starts when you stop reaching for something else and simply arrive where you already are. Try this. Next time you catch yourself scrolling without purpose, stop. Just for a second. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What do I really need right now, stimulation or rest? Your phone isn't the problem. It's a tool. But tools can be misused, overused, weaponized against your attention. And if you don't guard your focus, someone else will use it for their gain. Because the real cost of scrolling isn't just lost time. It's lost clarity. Lost presence. Lost connection. And sometimes it's the slow loss of your own mind. But here's the powerful part. The moment you notice the pattern is the moment you can change it. The moment you pause is the moment you take back control. Your attention is your life, and you have more power over it than you think. Even one intentional moment, without the noise, without the feed, can remind you who you are when you're not being pulled in every direction. You are more than what you consume. And your mind deserves better than the scroll.